Head Alternate Research at Mirae Asset, joining us this morning as well. Uh, uh, Somil, with regard to this one on charts, which is Akzo Nobel, do you have a view?
Good morning to everyone. Apologies, I don't have a view on this one.
Sure,
I probably won't be able to comment on this.
sure.
Apologies.
Kunal, do you have one? The kind of move that we've seen on the stock?
Yeah, I think yesterday, of course, the stock managed to break its major support. Akzo Nobel is one of those few stocks which is low liquid, less liquid. So, it tends to go off radar many a times when the stock goes into a sideways consolidation. So, I think over the last 1.5 odd year, we've seen the stock getting into a trading range of 500 points, thereabouts, 30 to 50 as a support, 3750 broadly as a resistance for Akzo Nobel. But, after such kind of a sharp gap down move, the stocks generally have inertia trend on the downside, and the fact that the stock is now nearing or has confirmed a break of that 30 to 50 mark as a support levels, it's bound to go into a further near-term corrective move. I would sense so. I would believe Akzo Nobel over the near term could probably go into a further leg of correction. Maybe sub that 3,000 mark could be a zone where the first major support could arise for Akzo Nobel.
Okay, so below 3,000 is what Kunal is looking at. Neeraj, this one now trades below all of its peers except a consigned Nerolac. That's the only one which is slightly cheaper versus an Akzo Nobel. An opportunity within the paint space, you reckon, from a fundamental perspective?
Yeah, I think because the paint space looks positive to me, but Akzo Nobel, the way it's been correcting, I would rather wait and see where it makes a base. In this kind of a market, even timing gets very important, when you enter into a stock. So I'll be positive on the paint space, even Akzo Nobel, but not a buy immediately. I'll rather see it stabilize and maybe consolidate and then maybe make a fresh buy from here.
Okay, so that's on the paint space. Neeraj, give us your sense on this entire solar play that a lot of electrical or consumer durables players are now foraying into. We've seen this happening from V-Guard, from Polycab. Bajaj Electricals has announced this foray today, and also Crompton Greaves Consumer Electricals has forayed in a major fashion in the solar rooftop and EPC segments. What is your take on the opportunity that the solar space holds for some of these players?
There is opportunity, but I think sooner than later the capacity is going to be huge there. So where the supply and the demand mismatch may start happening. But if you see it, players like integrated players like Adani Green or Tata Power, which are into solar, thermal, wind. I think that is where I think those power generators is where I think there's opportunity. There you may get better return than you go for a pure equipment manufacturer where competition is going to be huge. Margin may not be that great going ahead. So I'd rather go for integrated, power generator than equipment manufacturer. This is specifically for solar.
Interesting. Okay. And some of the other counters that will be in focus. You've got an MV photovoltaic. That one is a large one in terms of the order size. Uh, they've received possession of 100 acres for a 6 gigawatt solar factory. It's not exactly a new order win, but it's a critical step towards unlocking value. What do you make, Neeraj, of some of the green energy players, something like an MV, something like a KP Green, which has signed that 5 gigawatt renewable energy infra development project at Botswana? That's a first, right? So trying to get your view with regard to a couple of these plays and how you view them in terms of risk reward.
See, I've not really specifically seen the valuations of MV or any the stock you mentioned, API Green. But like I mentioned, that integrated players who are into power and they're into, like I mentioned, the stocks like whether it's JSW Energy or whether it's Adani Green or even wind energy. I think that is space. I feel there is opportunity. They will definitely, going ahead the kind of capex that is lined and the kind of capacity which is going to come. There, I continue to be positive on. I think there is opportunity. You've seen a good correction there also because some of these stocks if you see immediate, their debt is high. If for that may stay high for a couple of years. I think 27, 28 is when most of the capacities will start coming in and the debt levels will start reducing. But till that time, debt should stay high. So one has to see where the risk reward is and what kind of debt levels and what kind of DCA would be a better way to value most of these companies.
Okay. Another stock that's going to be in focus, like we were discussing earlier, is Anthony Waste. The company's subsidiary has secured 2 7-year contracts from the BMC worth approximately 1,330 crore rupees. Kunal, a chart check on Anthony Waste. It's a stock we don't talk about much, but how has this been shaping up on the charts?
Apologies, I don't track the stocks, so I'll skip.
Okay, Somil, do you have a view on this one?
Apologies, me too. I don't track the stock.
Sure.
Probably I'll be able to find someone.
Somil AMCs, because those are going to be in focus for sure today. Any favorites within that pack for a trade?
Absolutely. HDFC AMC, always a favorite. Been tracking UTI as well. HDFC AMC, let me give you the levels. HDFC AMC been correcting for a little while now in the last couple of months. However, the overall trend still remains positive in the medium term, long term both. Right now, it is exactly at the 200 daily exponential moving average, but the downtrend in the very short term is expected to continue till 2350 2400 levels. So that is a very crucial support zone that I think that will be the level where we need to revisit and search for a buying opportunity. So bullish on HDFC AMC and UTI AMC as well, but UTI is a avoid at this point of time, but HDFC AMC is buy on dips definitely.
Okay. And Neeraj, your final thoughts with regard to this AMC space, because we've taken a view from industry, we've taken a view from analysts, but you have a unique, you will give us a unique perspective. You'll zoom out, cut the clutter and give us a sense as to whether it's a good time to enter the AMC space at this point.
Yeah, I think because I've been positive on the AMC space, I continue to be positive there. The kind of valuation ICICI was coming out with, they valued them equal to what HDFC AMC was trading. And I think with the expectation of the listing is much better than the issue price. And, there are other listed players like Nippon India AMC, which I feel has good scope and valuation wise, that's more attractive. So I think because the kind of growth you're seeing there will continue. So I continue to be positive on. And plus the SEBI measures which came were not as bad as they were initially, talking about. So that may also give some sort of a base to these talks, and there may be some relief because of that.
Okay, Neeraj, appreciate that view and appreciate you joining us on the show today as well. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, then let's shift focus. And before we talk about some mid-cap ideas from both of our technical experts, just want to take a look at what the rates are doing in the pre-open right now. Early days, of course, but a flattish move coming in on the Nifty right now. We'll wait and give that some time to settle in. But some big moves coming in on Akzo Nobel once again. You have a cut on Ola Electric along with IOB. These three stocks are going to be in focus on the back of their news flow. So we'll see what happens over there. The rates seem to be fluctuating, so we'll get back to that in a bit. But Kunal, your ideas from the mid-cap end of the market, any opportunity looking attractive, any stocks looking good?
So again, from the PSU banking names, Bank of India is something which I'll highlight at current levels. Again, a stock which has shown a good recovery from the recent swing lows. There was almost like a 9% to 10% correction for Bank of India from those 155-ish levels towards the 140 marks of 140 levels the stock had shown. So I think in that sense, I would believe that maybe many of these PSU banking names have come back into a attractive territory where traders could look at a contra buy or at least try to build their portfolios by accumulating further. So look out for targets in the range of 146 for Bank of India, stop us at 139.
And within IT, Somil, any top picks within that basket first before I ask you for your top picks for the morning?
Absolutely. IT, large caps, and TCS and Tech Mahindra. These two are my favorites here. TCS has been doing good in the last couple of months. High top, high bottom formation on monthly, weekly, daily charts, trading above the short-term averages. The only hurdle now is 200 daily exponential moving average, which is around 3,300 levels. But I think that will be broken on the upside. Great momentum in the IT large cap stocks. So I'll be expecting a target of around 3,500, 3,600 levels in TCS and Tech Mahindra as well. That's one of my favorite as well on the space. It has already closed above and sustaining about 200 daily moving average. So a great rally already in the medium term, in the short term. My targets on Tech Mahindra would be around 1730 for the stock, and crucial support around 1500.
Okay, so market has opened today, and where are you punching in your first trades?
A little cautious at this point of time. 25,750, very crucial levels to watch out for on the daily charts, where we have already taken support, but 25,700, 25,600, that support zone remains very crucial for the markets. I'm not expecting this support zone to break on the downside. If it breaks, probably we are heading for a little more correction from here. But view still remains positive. Buy on decline should be the strategy. And the risk reward from these levels are amazing because previous swing low could be a stop loss, 25,690 could be a stop loss, and you can go long here. IT, we've already spoken about TCS and Tech Mahindra. I'm spotting Wipro as well, breaking out of a small triangle pattern on the upside, taking support at 10 daily moving average. My targets would be around 275, 278 levels for Wipro, and the stop loss should be around 258.
Okay, Somil, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Kunal, we'll obviously see you very, very soon.